YouTube, Twitch, MFFLs. What's good, everybody? We are back yet again with another one for your head top. It is a dynamic duo of We Talk Mavs here on the Glow Sun Sports YouTube channel and the Glow Sun Productions Twitch channel. As you guys know, I am Real, and I got my partner in crime, King. What's good, man?
Not much, man. Ready for this new year, but we got to talk about these Mavs beforehand. Let's do this.
Yes, sir. The very last day of the year as we get ready to go into our new year of 2022. And we started off right with a Mavs win tonight, guys. The Mavs win 112-96, a more convincing win. The Mavs has seemed to, you know, over the last not back to back. What would you call these games where they play the same team again, like the next game?
Series,
Yeah, like
just a
a mini
series,
series.
a mini series, yeah.
Yeah, a little mini series. They seem to always bounce back on after the losses. They
Uh-huh.
always split. They had it four times this year, and they seen a split every last one of them. And it came into fruition today as they won today, of course, like we said. So we'd like to welcome y'all again. Just for those who are new to the show or new to the channel, go ahead and let y'all guys know how this goes. We give you guys our I keep saying overreactions. We give you our overall reactions to the game, and then we give you our positives and our negatives, and then we give you the game ball. The game ball, we usually do it no matter the wins or the losses. We still give out the game ball, and we also do take care of the comments and the questions at the end of the show. We'll post them throughout the show, but we will address them at the end of the show. So, with that being said, King, let's go ahead and get into it, man. What is your reaction to this game today?
um, Excellent follow up to the last game. As I said in the last video, I thought they played very well the last game. Just had a little couple lapses and all. I feel like today they came out and basically showed they were a better team than Sacramento. We may look at the parts and think they may have a better sum of parts than Sacramento, but Dallas just seems like they may be a better team. They at least play with more effort, I should say. Uh, they shot what 51% at the bottom of the screen. It says right now 40% from three.
Mhm.
So they actually had a good. I think this is maybe their first good shooting game, like I mean, incredible shooting game, I should say, above average without Luca so far this year. So big plus to see. KP did a little bit of everything. We love when we see those games when he's reminds us that he's considered the unicorn, I guess. So JB, always JB. Sad. Every time I watch him now, I just realize, we're one step away probably from seeing him walk out that door, getting that call, getting that Woj
Yep.
bomb. But
Yeah.
the
Right.
the the defense was pretty good, other than the first quarter. First quarter was pretty rough. We came out a little sluggish on defense. Offense was still good, but after that, we basically put our foot down, and I feel like we basically took command of the game in the third quarter, and it was basically lights out from there on out. Everybody did their thing, even Dwight Powell, man. Like I wanted to have a Dwight Powell jersey today to give Dwight Powell a little respect. We talk about him so much, but I mean, he did his
Right.
job today. He did his job. He did what was asked of him. So Reggie Bullock, we can get into positive as far as individual players a little later as we do always, but it was a good team effort, man. Like I was happy with J Kidd's adjustment from the last game. He showed a little something. I'm always, as I said, I never grade J Kidd based off of one era. I like to see him, follow up behind it. You got to let him,
Right.
have his little growing pains and all. And he showed a little something today. So, as I said, man, again, we still the calm before the storm, man. We know we all waiting for, and this would be a good year, hopefully, to get him back after the new year. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. It was fun. I think this is probably. I know every time we see games like this, we say, "Oh, this is the best," as
Hmm.
far as like the most balanced that they ever played so far this year. Um, I think that we're starting to kind of get an understanding of how this team is going to operate. Hopefully, moving forward, even when Luca gets here. Like I think you addressed on the last video. I hope Luca is at home and he's watching this and seeing how this ball movement along. Because
Hmm.
they were talking about at halftime how when Dallas's assist, when they get to a certain amount of assists, they win games. I think it was 24.
Mm-hmm.
Anything
Mm-hmm.
24 and over, they're like undefeated or something like that in the game. And the way the ball is moving and way that it's like you don't see a lot of hesitation when people are pulling up for their shots. It's just like as soon as
Uh-huh.
that person is driving or whatever and they're kicking after somebody, they're releasing it. They're just shooting it. And we're starting to see a lot of that confidence in these players, like a guy we've been getting on all year. I was gonna say Shannon Brown,
Reggie.
Sterling Brown.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sterling. Yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah, Sterling. You know what I'm saying? We started to see him be a little bit more
Uh-huh.
aggressive. I think we
Yep.
addressed it on the last video. We thought that maybe it was because he was getting more minutes, more playing
Uh-huh.
time. But now we're starting to see that look, it's just a whole confidence thing. It's a rhythm thing, with this team. And it's like the fact that we don't have anybody else to rely on, so you have to step up, and he's
Mm-hmm.
doing it in a big way. And I know you happy that your favorite player of all time came back today, Reggie Bullock. He played pretty
Man.
good today. You
Yeah,
know what
he
I'm saying?
did.
So it was just a lot of positives in the game today. And I guess they heard our last video because they let Marquis Chris come in today. And I was
Yep.
like, because we talked about how Powell played damn near 30 minutes last game. And they
Mm-hmm.
finally let Marquis Chris come in and do his thing, man. He was a huge lift off the bench today. So I think I think one of the guys who's watching right now just addressed it. Him and Pence both got their 10-day contracts extended, so that
Extended.
that's going to be a good thing for them. Um, but for me, man, like I said, just the overall play, like you said, Jason Kidd, you don't want to judge him off the one game. You always want to judge him if he doesn't make the proper adjustments in the next game. And like I
Mm-hmm.
said at the beginning of the video, Dallas has always been that win one, lose one in these little mini series that they've been playing throughout the season. It's the fourth one they did this year, where they play that same team again in the next game.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess also it helped too that Dallas didn't have to travel back and play this team. They
Yep.
stayed there, which
That's not
kind of
bad.
helped them get a little more prepared too. And so that's a positive for me. I guess if you want, man, we can go ahead and get into these positives now, man. What was the
I,
positive you took away from the game today?
well, I took a bunch of positives actually. We kind of talked on them earlier. KP,
Mm-hmm.
JB starts with those two at the top. Dodo did his thing, always out there talking, knocking down big buckets. Reggie Bullock, Reggie Bullock. This probably was the best game of the year
Well, who's
for
that now? Who's
Reggie.
that person's name you just named off?
The sniper, man. What you mean? You know his
Oh,
name.
okay, okay. The sniper. I know him by that name. I know him by that
You
name.
know his name. He out there hitting those shots. But Josh Green, man, Josh Green, I'm saying it again, is the second best passer on this Dallas Maverick team. Did you see his little bucket where he got his little assist under the rim
Yeah,
when he almost got caught
yeah,
up?
yeah. The little
And
scoop. Yeah,
oh man, I'm like, this guy Josh Green can pass the ball, man. So I think this is I want to take it past I guess a player by player conversation and take it more to a team thing. And I know this is back to my Maverick bias or just that excitement or just being a Maverick fan. But
right.
what these replacement players do, I'm watching this. I think we might be in store for a nice second half again, man. This seems to be the Dallas Mavericks little thing of what they do, man. And I, little pieces, like it's crazy. These little 10-day contract guys are like little pieces that we need that are plugging
Right.
in to spots that we've been of a void or a lack of, I should say. So I don't know, man. If they keep playing like this, and then I want to take off the narrative that this team is better without Luka Doncic. That's crazy. This team
Who's
is a
saying?
winning team without
No,
Luka
I'm
Doncic.
about to ask who's saying that, but never mind.
People,
Yeah,
Facebook, all kind of stuff. But this team was a winning team with Luka Doncic. How can they be a better team playing
you're
under
under
500
500.
without Luka
Exactly, you're under
Doncic?
500.
That's crazy. But definitely not. But I feel like when Luka comes back, it's going to be not to go negative. But I did think of something else. Kristaps Porzingis, man. So I think I've
Mhm.
realized why we do not like Kristaps Porzingis as much as we should like Kristaps Porzingis.
Gotta
Kristaps
hear this.
Porzingis is a rhythm player. The
Yeah,
issue
we
is
said it
that
before.
the
Yeah,
issue is that we need guys that are straight bucket getters beside Luka Doncic. So that's the reason why Jalen Brunson can look good beside Luka when he plays with them. You just get when he needs possessions where you just get buckets, he does it. Even Trey Burke
right.
last year, well, 2 years ago, whatever, Bubbleberg,
in the
when he was
bubble.
playing with
Yeah,
Luca, he was a bucket getter. He just give him the ball when it's time for you to get the ball out of Luca's hand and just give me buckets. Kristaps Porzingis, on the other hand, though, he needs a rhythm. So that's
and
why
you
it
got to set
looks
him up.
exactly. So it takes Luca out of the game as well because they can't run their game together. Even though all the rest of their skills look like they should mesh together, that
Yeah,
one skill with KP having to be a rhythm player and actually getting a rhythm hurts the team because him and Luca don't gel because Luca needs a bucket getter. So, um, but that was something I just thinking about. But yeah, everybody did well in this game, man. I really had no complaints. If you said, as you said, we said a bunch of times that this is the Mavs' best game. We keep going over and over at every win, it seems like. But
yeah.
this was basically like their best game because they all
Hmm.
played an awesome game without Luca. Like everyone played their role without Luca Doncic. So I was proud of the team today. I've been proud of the team. I know we aren't above 500. We're still a game beneath, but to be one game beneath 500 at this point, with all the injuries and the missing, just players from protocol and this and that and that and this, uh, sitting there, they spot, man. Like it is what it is. We can just go up from here. So I'm proud of the team, man.
Yeah, Kid kind of addressed something too. You know, I want to say a couple of days ago when he was talking about. I know we've been losing games, but the team has been showing resiliency and been showing fight. They
Hmm.
haven't been giving up. They have been playing for Jason Kidd. You got to
Yep.
give them that. My thing too is the fact that this right here is making people have to step up. You don't have
Uh-huh.
Luka to depend on, so you have to step up.
Hmm.
And that's another reason why too. I think that they're taking that kind of like you said, Dorian stepping up, Jalen stepping up. Man, listen, it seemed like every game is taking a piece away from me with Jalen. Cause I don't think Jalen gonna be back this year, man.
No.
Like like I said, like we said before, they could find some way to kind of trade Tim Hardaway or something to get him out of here to make some room to sign Jalen Brack. I'm all for that 100%. But I just don't see it happening if they can't get rid of Tim.
No.
Um, like I said, this dude, man. I don't know if you heard the post game with Derek Harper talking about. I think you brought this up on the last video, man. We Is it okay to say kind of put Jalen in the conversation of maybe being an All Star?
Man, I told you. I've
mean,
told you this
listen,
dude. We take it for granted how good he is.
yeah,
Look, he did it again tonight.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, because when he kind of said, it, I started thinking to myself, like, you know what? That's not a laughable statement, bro. Like you really got to kind of like for us who watch this guy every game, bro. You got
Hmm.
to kind of sit there and think for a little bit. Now, I'm not saying he's a shoe in or anything, but it's like if somebody started bringing up the fact that he could be an all star, are they wrong? You know
No,
what I'm saying? Like,
we got to win more. We got to win more though.
yeah,
If we have a massive, say we have a massive January, Jalen Brunson has a conversation. If we have like a great ridiculous January and we get somewhere back in the conversation where we're few games ahead of 500,
mhm.
it's a conversation then for real. I can look at any team that Jalen Brunson plays is he can drop 20 against any of them, any team plays.
The
Excuse me.
thing too, King, with let's say he does get become an all star, that price tag gonna go up even more, man.
Yep.
Jesus, man, it's gonna go up even more. Yeah, I'm with you. Um, so how we feel about the whole Reggie Bullock and Sterling Brown thing right now? Now
I mean,
Sterling Brown has a little bit more consistent through this run than Reggie because Reggie was out. Because we've seen Reggie do this before, like he had like a game like
one
this, and then
second,
all
get
of a
something to
sudden,
drink.
okay,
Keep talking. I can hear you.
yeah, we usually see him do stuff like this where like he'll have a good game, and then all of a sudden after he'll have like 2 or 3 weeks where he just don't show up at all. You know what I'm saying? And so with him, I'm going to be a little bit more reserved. Like it's cool that he did good today. It's real good that he did good today because we definitely needed it. But the fact that I'm not gonna go out here and be waving by pom poms and letting off firecrackers and everything because he went out here and had a good game today. You know what I'm saying? Because
Never.
we need to see him do this a little bit more consistent. Now, Sterling Brown, on the other hand, he has
Yes, sir.
stepped up. he stepped up and he's done his thing over the last what say about a week or so, or maybe a little bit longer than that. Maybe like that's like 5 games. He's been doing pretty good, man. Hitting his corner threes, putting the ball on the floor, getting to the basket. He's been a pretty good defender on the perimeter. I mean, just he's just doing all the right things right now, man. The stuff that we need right now, especially with us being short-handed right now.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I got like a frog in my throat. But
You
Sterling
getting
Brown.
choked up because Reggie Bullock's game, man.
I know Reggie Bullock. Queen, I'm sorry. Can you give me a paper towel, please? But Reggie Bullock, though, he had, like I said, he had the best game of his season so far. Sterling Brown has been stepping up the past few games, and I don't know what's going on my throat, but they're killing it, man. I have no problem. Reggie Bullock, I wanted to see him come back. He came back and did his thing real quick. We saw him basically kind of be a sniper, I guess, in a way. The best, like I said, best game he had. Sterling Brown, I think he's actually more valuable right now than Reggie Bullock has been. It's
Yeah,
crazy to say Reggie Bullock is making all that money, but I feel like Sterling Brown has actually been more valuable right now. But that doesn't mean that Reggie Bullock can't be more valuable because Reggie Bullock had a game like today. And if he has games like today, regularly, then there'll be no issue. But we just wait on that consistency from Reggie Bullock, and hopefully this is be a stepping point for him to do
listen, man. If you ain't gonna be consistent after this next game, after this game and the next game, you gonna be consistent, bro. Then I'm done with him, man. Like
Yeah,
you playing Oklahoma City, bro. You better be consistent, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. Like it ain't gonna be no more excuses for this dude, man. Um, the thing, excuse me, the thing too. The Mavericks did it pretty good on De'Aaron Fox these last two
they did.
games.
Yep.
They they held him to 17 in last game. What they held him to him today? They held him to 10. Yeah, I figured it was gonna be 10.
10. Yep.
They held him to 10 today. The one guy I would not mind having on the team, bro, from Sacramento.
Holmes.
Well, yeah, home too. I like him, but
Okay.
Tyrese Halliburton,
Halliburton is good. This is
bro, he
second.
would
This is
fit
second year,
perfect.
right?
Yeah, he is what we want Frank Ntilikina to be.
Yep.
Rangy wing, a rangy wing, a solid defender. Now, to me, Frank is a better defender, perimeter defender, a better
Defender.
perimeter defender than Frank. I mean,
Hmm.
than Tyrese. But as far as like another playmaker, a guy who could space the floor, who could play either the 1, 2, or the 3, because he's like 6'7",
Uh-huh.
I think, or 6'6". You know what I'm saying? I would
Give me
love to
six,
have him on
six,
the
six.
team, man. But I don't think they're gonna get rid of him. I think if anything, Fox costs a little bit more, but he's not giving you what they pay for, as
Hmm.
far as of course with the contract or whatever. So I think that they would probably make the decision to let go of Fox before they did
Before
Tyrese. But
I believe it.
listen, Tyrese is that dude's something else, man. I like him, man. Like I think he would fit perfect on this team. Could play, like I said, play on and off the ball. Perfect, bro.
I like Tyrese a lot. I feel like right now at this level, he's a big mid level player as far as making money. And
Yeah.
excuse me, De'Aaron Fox is probably going to demand a max contract
No,
next
he already
time.
got him back.
I mean the next. I'm talking if he does again. I'm talking he's
Yeah.
probably going to still be a max contract. Doesn't look like he's going to go anywhere, so he's going to still be a max contract guy. So what I'm saying is they'll probably get rid of him because Sacramento's not doing any good. And you can't keep paying a guy max contract money if it's not leading to wins. So they probably just want to go a different direction and get rid of
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox. And that sucks because De'Aaron Fox has been there through this whole, turmoil with coaching and players
Front
and that
office.
kind of stuff. But I'll take him though. I'll take De'Aaron
Oh
Fox
yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah. I
You
take
give me either. You give me De'Aaron Fox or Tyrese Tyler Burton.
because De'Aaron Fox can kill you with speed.
Yep.
We
And
don't
he's a
have no
playmaker.
speed, man.
He's a playmaker, a slashing playmaker.
Yeah. And he can play all and off the ball too. So yeah,
Yep.
I take De'Aaron Fox. Um,
I take Marvin Bagley.
you know what? I was watching this game today and
Hmm.
kind of thinking about the last game, and I remember we brought that up. Like I would take Marvin Bagley. I don't know now, man. I don't know now. Maybe it might be one of those situations where like he has to go to another situation
Hmm.
to kind of, you know what I'm saying, like to maybe flourish. I don't know. But like Marvin Bagley, one of them people. Like if I pick him up, I'm about to give him a Sterling Brown contract, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would too. I mean, that's all he gets. But I feel like he has. I think Marvin. I feel like he can score though. I think he has a little bit of
oh
the
yeah, he can score.
outside shot. He got
Yeah.
an inside shot. Like I mean, over. I think he's a bigger, much better pickup than Dwight Powell. And I don't
Oh
even mean
yeah.
like
Listen.
not even just a small step up. I think if we got Marvin Bagley still has ability where if you put him in the right situation, maybe with the right team, I do think
Mhm.
he could be a decent player in the NBA. He has ability. Like it's certain things where you can just see players and you're like, you can do this, you can do that. With Dwight Powell, when we watch him put the ball on the floor and drive to the rim, you're always like, man, he's not gonna finish his layup. No way. Why are you doing this? Marvin Bagley doesn't move at the paint and all with a baby hook. You're like, oh, he might make it and all. He shoots a three. He might make it. He has that in his repertoire. So I take Marvin Bagley. I'm fine with him. I think he can be a better defensive player than Dwight Powell as well.
Matter of fact, speaking of which, um, the White Powell played 20 minutes today. Martin Chris played 18,
Hmm.
and he gave you 8 and 7, around the average he's been averaging here with Dallas. Like I said, we brought this up on the last video. I don't know why they didn't play him in the previous game because you saw what he did. He could stretch the floor a little bit. I ain't saying he no 3 point, he ain't Steph Curry or nobody or Dirk or nobody on a three, but he could stretch the floor out a little bit. He can keep the defense honest.
Hmm.
You can't do that with the White Powell. Like he did good today. I'm not taking that away from him. But how many of these games do you get from the White Powell?
Two.
You've gotten this type of game from Chris since he's been here, pretty
Yeah.
much. Except for that one game he didn't play yesterday. He's been
Yeah.
giving you this kind of game. You know what I'm saying? Being very solid in the paint. Not
I
playing
think
bad defense in the paint either. And he got to
not.
play guys who's bigger than him in the
Yeah,
paint.
Chris. The only thing about Chris, the only thing Dwight Powell has over Chris is that he can jump a little. He can jump higher than Chris does. So the alley oops are a little easier for Dwight Powell. But other than that, like Marquise Chris, he stands his ground. Like
Yep.
my issues with Dwight Powell not being able to stand his ground. That's one of the biggest between him and KP. Not being able to stand their ground bothers me the most. Like they're always getting pushed off of their spot, and that annoys me for them to be out big guys. Like you can't stand in the spot. That's why we always
Here's your
getting out
negative.
rebounded and all. Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Well, we can
And I was
switch
about
over
to
to
get
the
into some
negative.
stuff too, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, I hate them getting pushed off their spots. That's a consistent thing. It's always our big men that allows a lot of teams, truthfully, because we don't have guys that can stay on the spot. A lot of the runs happen because of that. Because guys get a bunch of like second chance points and things like that. Teams are going runs where they're just out hustling us at points because they just I don't want to say bullying, but we know it's a certain thing is bully ball though, and sometimes teams play bully ball and the Mavericks can't catch up to it or play with them, I should say. So that's annoying to watch. One day, man, it'll be different. I hope. Nico, man, I see you doing your work. I know it's a negative thing, but Nico, you doing your work out there with these replacement guys. We're not gonna be the show to kill you or J Kid. It wasn't much negatives other than that. Moses didn't do anything for us. He didn't really
He
get any
didn't play
shine
today.
today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I don't know what's
I'm still
what
confused
was
by
it?
that, by the way.
Did did everybody else play though that was able to play
Yes.
except Moses?
Except for Moses.
I thought so. I don't know what's going on, man. Something it seems like something might be going on with a trade that we just don't know about. They're
Well, there
showcasing
you
people,
go.
but a negative takeaway from the game is that they keep pumping up Jalen Brunson for a trade, and I know they're pumping him up because he's on the team, but it's you can tell it's a little more than that. That they're constantly saying he can be a starter for any team and all that, and I voted for you for the All Star game and all, and it just feels kind of like it's propaganda just to be like, hey man, we know what Jalen Brunson is and he can bring to this team, and we do. We Jalen Brunson is that dude. I'm not going to even hold you to it and lie to you and say he isn't. But I feel like they're pumping him up a little bit because he's the piece. They finally feel like they got their piece to make a big trade possibly, and he's the guy. So again, that sucks to know every time Jalen Brunson has a great game that we're probably going to get close to losing.
Yeah. The negative I have, well, to answer your question about the Dwight Powell part, the problem is the Dwight Powell's not really a center. They
Yeah.
have him at center because he can't stretch the floor. So they have to keep him as close to the rim as possible. Because all you can
Mm-hmm.
do is rim run. You're not a great rebounder. You, like I said, you can't stretch the floor. That's all you can do is just dunk. That's it. And so they have to put him at center, which puts him out of place on defense. Because you having to
Mm-hmm.
guard the starting team, the other team's starting center.
Yep.
And you saw a lot of the matter of fact, it's not even just the fact that it's not the original like starting centers on teams. Like it could be like tonight where he's playing the backup center, he's getting used. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's because like I said, he's not big enough to play actual center. It's just they have him at center because for two reasons. KP don't want to play center. They don't want to play KP too much at the center, and he can't do anything but rim run. So they keep him near the
Mm-hmm.
rim. And so that's why Dwight Powell is at that position of playing center or whatever. I know we not as Mad fans, we don't want to see it, and we kind of wish they would do something else with that position. But that's all we have right now. Like I said, unless they make a trade or something, that's why Dwight Powell is playing at the center position. Um, the other negative I had too was KP, man. Why it's like every time I watch these games, man, he's getting bullied by guys I don't know. I don't even know their names. You know what I'm saying? Like the two power forwards and centers of Sacramento look like 10-day contract guys, and they're moving them off the block. There was a couple times they had like Buddy Hield on them, or they had De'Aaron Fox on them on the switch. And for me watching the games, it just looks like they're not afraid of KP down there in the post.
But you
I
know,
don't know if I don't know if you get that too. Like when you watch the game, you don't like they're afraid of him down there in the post, man. It's just like
they're not.
I said, if I
But
still have a nervousness to me, bro, when I see him in the post. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not comparing him to Jordan, but like, for example, like Jordan was one of those players. Like, man, you get that dude on the block, it's over.
mm-hmm.
Kobe, you give him a block, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Dirk, if you get Dirk in the block, it's over. If you
It's
get,
over.
Damian Lillard or Stephen Curry on the perimeter, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Or James Harden, it's over. Kevin Durant, like these guys have a spot on the floor that if you see this person on that spot on the floor, it's over. Chances are they're gonna win that battle. And so, what spot on the floor will KP win a battle in? He can't post up. He's jacking three, but he's shooting like 28% this year. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And I like I said, he does better when he cuts. I give him that. He can cut. You know what I'm saying? When people find him on the backdoor cut, that's a positive for KP. But
Mm-hmm.
I think we addressed it before. There's not any type of elite anything that KP does that puts fear in the opposing team.
Not at
When
all.
every time I look up, I see a point guard sticking you on a block and you're passing it out. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
you put Dirk down there on the block with a guy that size and see what happens, bro. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Like
At
there's no Kevin Durant. You put a guy like that on him, he it's over. Yeah, even
at
even
this
Luka,
point,
Luka posted up centers. Dude, three
absolutely.
inches taller than him. He posting them up and doing them in the block.
At
You saw what he did to
at
Jokic?
at this point in KP's career, well, if and Dirk's career at this point, was he really posting up smaller guys at this point, or did it take him a little bit longer to
Uh,
get
it,
to
it
that point?
it took him a little bit longer, but Dirk could. Matter of fact, how long KP been in the league? What 6 years?
6 years now, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, because remember
seven
Dirk
might
had
be at 7.
what's that for? So yeah, that's about right. Because remember that's around the time Dirk had Avery Johnson, and Avery Johnson had me on
Yep,
the block.
Avery
So
Johnson,
yeah,
the one that told him to do it. Yep.
yeah. So yeah, Dirk was posting them up around that time, man. Um, like I said, the thing with KP is, man, like I said, he had another. He's the leading scorer tonight. He had 24, but I just didn't feel that 24. I didn't feel it. It wasn't an
I
impactful
felt it,
24
man.
to me.
I ain't gonna let you knock KP today. I felt it. I wore the
You
KP
felt it?
jersey today. I wore the
I
KP today.
I'm surprised you got a KP jersey. Now, the only impact I can sit there and say I felt strongly today was Jalen Brunson. Like you felt
I,
like I really felt like Jalen Brunson was carrying his team today. You know what
I
I'm
did
saying? And
too. I did.
so yeah,
I
you know what I
did. But
mean. So
KP did his thing though, and another thing about KP that I noticed,
no, I'm
uh,
not saying he didn't do his thing. I just felt like his was kind of sprinkled in. I
it
just felt
was, but
like Jalen Brunson controlled the game a little bit more. Of course, because he's a point guard, but you know what I mean, though.
you said about the Sacramento guys defending KP. Usually, I agree with you. They usually just you're like, man, what's going on with all these smaller guys defending them? But
Right.
today, when I was watching it, for some reason, if you watch it, he got a lot of foul. They were pushing him in his back with two hands
And
a
across
bunch.
the arm.
Yeah, and a bunch of when he was turning around, they would just like the one play I remember. He got past Rashad Holmes and went to the rim, and Rashad just like stepped into him and
Oh
just
yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah.
"Hey."
That's when he
Like
kind of stumbled and like, yeah,
yeah, when he almost turned his ankle went on. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, that one.
they're
Yeah,
trying to push him around, so he has to get physical. Like he has to
he does.
set a
That's all.
presence or
And King,
something
that's all
like
part
that.
of the reputation. That's all part of his reputation. Like I was saying a minute
Yes,
ago,
yes,
when you got Buddy Hill sticking him in the block, and then you got De'Aaron Fox sticking him on the block. That's reputation. I
yep.
don't fear you down here. Don't worry
Hmm.
about it. 7 foot guy. I got him. I know I'm 6'2". I got him. Don't worry about it. Just stay out there. Keep my guy
Yeah,
occupied. You know what I'm saying? That's all about respect, bro. Like I said,
it is.
any Luca in the block puts more fear in people than KP does.
Absolutely,
That's just
absolutely.
fact. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I
Hmm.
said, like you being 7'3", people don't fear you on a block like that, which is why they're not afraid to switch on you.
No,
And
not at
so,
all.
like I
They
said,
switch
for me,
anybody.
man, I felt like Jalen's was a more impactful 23. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Compared to KP. KP 24 felt sprinkled in. It's like you got yours in spots. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Jalen Brunson, it's like, okay, you felt his handprint all over this game. To me,
that's because JB the best player on the team when Luca's not there.
hey, and that's what I was gonna ask you. Because watching this game tonight, I'm sold, King. I'm sold. I think Jalen Brunson is the second best player on the team.
He is.
I'm crazy for
He
saying
is.
that.
No, you're not crazy for saying it, and that's the reason that the way JB playing right now, JB can demand $30 million on this team. He can demand $30 million on this team right here because of the other players on this team right now. Now, dude, he's
Mhm.
not going to get it, but why would he stay here? Why would you stay here knowing that you better than Kristaps Porzingis and Tim Hardaway, and you're not going to get paid more than either one of them?
This is why I asked you the last video. Do you feel like they're holding him back? Do you feel like it's like we have to cater to KP because he's a second option? You know what I'm saying? Because we saw the game today. There was so many moments, bro, where Jalen Luck he could have just took over.
Yeah.
He could just took over. He went down there and made it look so easy. No matter
Yes.
who was
Yes.
guarding him, it could have been Mitchell's at best perimeter defender. He was doing Mitchell. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like that's why I was saying I really strongly feel like Jalen Brunson's our second best player, bro.
Yes.
I want to
They
keep
really
him, man.
need.
I
They
want to
really
keep
need
him,
to
bro.
sign him. They need to sign him and just get rid of the other guys and
Yeah,
just dump him. They need to dump him for something else. Keep JB, keep Luca, and find a third piece and dump everyone else. They need to do it. But I don't know if Mark Cuban, if he not even has the cojones, but just if he's ready to say or admit his pride, that he
there
actually
you go.
kind of made a mistake and I need to go ahead and drop these two. I just paid him though. I don't know if Mark's gonna
Or
do that though, but
or stick to what he say he's gonna do. Because
yeah,
you
get a
said
set.
that KP wasn't a second
Hmm.
option. He's
Yeah.
playing, excuse me, he's playing well enough to where you can probably trade him and get something in return. Now that you see, my thing is, I think that they're going to use this as an excuse. Like, okay, Luca wasn't here. We had the COVID protocols. People went in and
Hmm.
out the line. People were hurt. It's a kind of funky year, so we're gonna run it back
Hmm.
again for a fifth time. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying like, you know what? Instead of having the Bill Belichick mind frame of yo, let's just go ahead and start turning stuff right now before it gets worse. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And so, because what's to say that next year, those teams that like the Lakers and all those teams right now, it's like under 500, the Blazers, all these teams aren't going to get better. Instead of you waiting to see if they get better and then you turn the team over, do it now before they start getting better. You want to wait on
Let me
them.
let,
You make your
let
move.
me ask you something though. Let me ask you something now that we said this about JB. I just thought about this. We
Mhm.
talked last show about Kristaps Porzingis' contract possibly being, trade bait starting next year.
Start next year.
If that happens, do you sign Jalen Brunson? Do you sign Jalen Brunson and try to go for the try to get rid of Kristaps Porzingis with his contract?
Damn, that's a good question.
Because he starts to become trade bait at that point. So do you
Yeah,
say like I don't want the Mavericks to give up another All Star. I feel like this is going to be Devin Harris all over again, and not to the same degree as far as we still want a championship and all. But we had a guy that we could see was a guy that could possibly be an All Star type dude, and we got
yeah.
rid of him. Um, we can see Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson goes to another team, as long as they don't, if they're a decent team that he can get to the, like playoffs with and all, especially
Yeah,
if he goes to the East or something like that, I can see Jalen Brunson being an all-star. I really do. So we're gonna have guys over here that's still getting questioned as far as KP, like the West. The forward position in the West is weak right now. KP should be on a run to go, be an all-star. He should be like at the front run right now of being an all-star this year. He's not.
man. Let
It's still a
let
still a
KP
question.
stay healthy to get that All Star position, and then I'm telling you, that'll open people's eyes. Like, you know what, KP is back. I'll take that chance on trading for him.
But he's not.
Let him stay healthy going into the All Star break, man.
He's not. He's not a guaranteed all-star right now. Like it's not. There's we thought because it was weaker with the forwards and because Luka's gone that KP would finally take a step up and be an all-star. Looked like they were talking all this hype, KP and all. Even with the weak field in the West, KP is not a lead and got to be an all-star this year. The Mavericks are just at eighth. Like they're only going to get one all-star. KP's not going to make the all-star game. And if they do
Right.
get another all-star, it's looking like it could be Jalen Brunson the way it's looking right now. So why are we going to give up a guy that could be an all-star for a guy that's probably, I don't want to say he's washed, but his best years, he can't get back to 23 points a game. His next year was 23 points a game. That was supposed to be, he's supposed to be beyond that at this point. He's at
Yeah.
20, still 20.4, 20.5.
Right.
Something. He stays at 20 point something. Like
Yeah.
he's a third scorer on a super team or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's like it's too many shots to go around where you only scraping 20 points a game. You're not a Dwight Howard where you're a beast on the defensive side or you're winning defensive player of the years every year and
Yeah.
leading the league in rebounds and all where you
That
can say,
makes up for
okay,
that offense. Yeah.
yeah, well, it's like the whole defense is decided by you. So you know what? You don't got to do as much on offense. 20 points is okay. You change the whole defense like the White Howard did when he took the Orlando Magic to the finals that year. He
Yeah.
changed that whole defense. I mean, all them guys that weren't even great defenders looked like they were decent because he was behind them. That's
Right.
fine when you put up 20 points a game. KP does not control the basketball game anyway. There's no way where you're like, man, he just has a whole bunch of things that he can do. Not that he's good at, that he
Yeah.
can do. He can shoot threes. He's
He
not
can.
good at it.
Yeah.
He can shoot mid range, but he's not good at it. He can get to the rim and dunk it, but he's not good at it. He's not really good at defending. He's a great help. He's a good help side block defender. He's not a great one-on-one defender. He's not even the greatest help defender because on the switches he gets ran by. So it's really about the situation when he plays. So the issue is that we just want him to be good at something, and we don't know his niche or his role because he's not good at anything.
No, I 100% agree with you, man. Like I said, he's not elite at one thing, which if you want to be considered at that superstar level, man, you got to be elite at something. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you got to be Kobe or somebody, bro, but you got to be elite at least one thing, like you brought up before. Ben Simmons is an elite defender. We can talk about
Elite
what Luka
playmaker.
is elite at. Kawhi Leonard is elite at defending and being a mid-range player. Kevin Durant is elite
Multifaceted.
at scoring. So forth, so
Mm-hmm.
forth. These guys are elite at something. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not elite at anything. Like you said, you're good. You can shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather see you shooting out there than the White Powell. So
Yes.
compared to him, yeah, you can shoot. But are you Dirk when it comes to shooting? No, you're not Dirk.
No.
And that's what we've been comparing him to when he came into the league, bro. You're supposed to be Dirk. Yeah, after Dirk was came into the league with, you know what I'm saying? His numbers just kept getting better and better. Matter of fact, you can't even make the 90, 50, 40 club. Dirk
No,
done that.
he can't.
You
He
know what
can't.
I'm saying?
KP is never going to shoot 50% from the field. Absolutely not. He'll never shoot that.
Because you
KP,
can't
let me
post
ask you
up.
this question. If KP was 6'6", would he be better or worse?
Jesus. I have no idea. You know what? If KP was 6'6", he would probably be Reggie Bullock.
Yep. Yep. There you go. KP is
Like
not elite at
that's
anything,
if
man.
also too, like if he like say he was 6'6" and as far as dribbling, you know what I'm saying? Like if he was, we don't know how he would be as a dribbler, but as far as skill set and all that, he probably be Reggie Bullock.
He's not that great of a dribbler right now, so I don't. I'm gonna go based off of what he is right now. So if he was 6'6", he would not be an all-star. He wouldn't be a max contract guy. He'd be
Nah,
this 6'6" shooting guard that is not that great at even catching and shooting and all. So he probably wouldn't even be a starter. Truthfully, he wouldn't be a
probably
starter in the
not.
NBA because he can't the skills. He can't do anything elite enough to have a starting role in the NBA team. He wouldn't be a good defender. He loses height. He wouldn't be blocking people. He wouldn't be able to post up anyone. He's not great at shooting threes, as we just said. So what would he be doing on the court?
Yeah, that's a good question, bro. Since we seem to be getting on KP, I know he seemed to be your favorite player today, man. Go ahead and get it to
I'm
the game
I'm gonna
ball.
give I'm gonna give him the game ball though. I'm gonna give him the
Oh
game.
man.
I'm gonna give him the game
Now I
ball
tell you
though,
why I
man.
knew he was gonna say that, man. I knew he was gonna say that.
That's
Um,
why I wore the jersey. I'm gonna give it to him.
you gonna give it to KB? Okay. You already know who I'm gonna give it to. Man, we
JB.
might need to go back and look at the video, man. I don't know how many times I didn't how many game balls we didn't gave to Jalen, bro. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm getting tired of giving it to him, man. Like it could have been JB. It could be JB
hey,
every game.
did somebody step up? Somebody let me step up then.
JB can drop 30 every game. JB can drop 30 every game. I'm watching this guy. JB is a different level than what I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the comment. I know
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
be looking at it, but
Now, but you had me.
JB,
You had me. I was like, dang, this is Greg. I was sitting there trying to
JB
think of
though,
scenarios in my head when you said it. I was like, dang, what would he be? So the only
nah,
person I
bro.
could think of close to it, if he was a
Yeah,
6'6" guy, I would have to say Reggie Bullock, bro. That's who he probably would be.
JB though, JB is showing me he's showing me he's a bucket getter. Like JB is really a bucket getter. It's times when he gets under people at the baseline under the basket and does a little herky jerk switch around real quick with the other hand. And I'm like, man,
Yeah,
JB, like, damn, JB, you awesome. His mid range is incredible. When you
bro.
got a mid range in the NBA, when you have a mid range in the NBA, you're usually a star player, and that's why I say JB is a star player, man. We have a guy that
Yeah.
can shoot mid range jumpers. You keep a guy that's elite at certain situations. He's elite at shooting mid range jumpers. He's elite at assist to turnover ratio. He's elite at these situations. You cannot let him go. We're going to let him go for guys that are questionable at multiple positions.
Now listen, let's just go ahead. Like you've been telling me this for the last like month or so, bro. Let's see what Nico do. Let's see what Nico do. I think Nico watched the games. I know we heard the interview he had a few games ago.
Mm-hmm.
Nico see what's going on, man. Like you see that Jalen is a valuable piece.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is he bold enough to say, look, let's flip Jalen for something? I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Because right now, I heard some people saying that this trade deadline is going to be a little bit harder to gauge because of the whole COVID protocol and all that stuff. Because
Mm-hmm.
they were saying too there was a lot of rumors and a lot of things that were supposed to be in motion after the
Mm-hmm.
15th. But remember, that's exactly when everybody started getting hit with the COVID protocol. So that
Yep.
kind of still. Matter of fact, they were talking about that the Ben Simmons trade was close to happening with some teams, like a 3-team trade or whatever. But when this
Mm-hmm.
whole protocol thing kicked in, that shut down everything, which is why you don't hear any more rumors of people getting traded right now because of the whole COVID protocol thing. And so let's just wait. I'm praying if there's a way that Nico can find a way to keep Jalen, bro. I'm more nervous about losing him because, like we said before, he's not a restricted free agent. Like
Nope.
I don't know how they meant. That's not on Nico. That's not on Nico. That's on the
He,
you know who.
but as I said, I don't think it's rare that you lose a player for nothing this day and age. So even
Yeah,
if
you're right.
he does so go somewhere else, like I said, I'm
Sign and
thinking
trade.
it'll be a
Yeah,
sign and trade. They won't
yeah,
just let him go for nothing. But
right.
I I don't know JB right now. Would you take him for? Would you let him go for Ben Simmons?
Yes.
I would too. I know, and I know we just talked all that stuff about it.
It,
I
it,
know we did.
hey, you hit me
I
right
do
here,
it.
man. You hit me right here when
I
you asked me that, man.
I do it. I take
I would
Ben
I
Simmons.
would take him over. I would take Ben Simmons. I love JB, man, but that's we talk. Like I said, we're talking about a guy who's elite at some. We talked about before could change the defense of your team, man. With just putting
Yes,
him on the team. You could have
yes.
all below average defenders on his team. Yeah, he may
Yep.
probably make Tim Hardaway look like a good defender. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So
K
yeah, I'm
KP's
with you, man.
KP's going to be the best defender he could be because of Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
KP standing behind will be the best defender he could be
So, hell,
because of
he
Ben
ain't gonna hardly
Simmons.
see nobody get back there to him because Ben gonna keep him in front
Exactly.
of him. Yeah.
Exactly. I think they get rid of Ben right away. I'll take so that makes the lineup a little better for me because then Tim Hardaway is at the 4, which is fine. He's a set number 4 guy. That's okay. If he does what he does, streaky Tim Hardaway Jr. as a number 4
Hey,
piece,
he gonna be
that's
streaky. We don't even be worried about it. Like, hey, you know,
that's
Tim
what I'm
was scored.
saying. You
Oh, he did. Oh, okay. Well, doing
That's
it.
what I'm saying. You won't worry about it because he's number 4 piece. You move
Yeah.
KP to that number 3, making buckets and all, and then Ben Simmons to be the number 2 guy. He may not have. It'll be kind of like Chris Paul and all. He may not be
Right.
the number 2 leading scorer on the team, but he'll be as far as impact the guy when you got the ball doing the most with the ball, the second most important guy on the team. It will be Ben Simmons. I think that would solidify this team. And I know it sounds crazy, but I think would be a championship level team with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons would make this team to a championship level team. I really believe that.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. All right, guys, it is that time of the show. We finna get into the questions and the comments. So if you guys got any questions and comments that you want to go ahead and throw in real quick, you still got time. We better get into it now. All right, so the first one here, King Lee said, why do we keep losing, then beating the brakes off of them the next game? And like we addressed it a little bit in the game, man. It's really you're learning to adjust. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And it has a lot to do with you closing because a lot of these games we're not getting blown out. I think except for one of the games
Nope.
we got blown out. I can't remember one. What's the Cavalier game? No, we didn't play
Cavalier.
them back
Yep.
to back. Was the Cavaliers?
No,
Yeah.
we got
No.
blown out,
Yeah.
but we didn't play them back to back though. We did get blown out by them though.
I can't remember who it was, but yeah, it's really all about adjusting, man. Like in this case, it's which I guess is a positive and a negative. Like you want them to win, of course, but the positive is them adjusting and learning from their mistakes because
Yeah.
Dallas should have won that last game. I think we talked about it
Yep.
where they just the defensive assignment or defensive setting that they were trying to run, they ran the wrong thing. They should
Yep.
have guarded the 3 and let them have the 2. Not let them have the 2,
Yep.
but don't stress as much on the 2 while giving up the 3.
The
And that's
3.
what
Yep.
they end up doing. So
It was
that's
supposed to be
exactly
Minnesota twice too. This is awesome. I don't think it's a bad thing that we lose in 1-1. It We don't have Luka Doncic. If the team is learning to adjust and beat the brakes off a team behind it without Luka, that's an
mm,
incredible sign to me. So it sucks, and I'd rather have both of the wins, but it's to not have Luka. This team was supposed to be the trashiest team, like we always say, without Luka Doncic, and they're out here competing every night. Like every
right.
night I've seen them play, they've been competing, and almost in most games actually, I look at it and say they should have won the game.
Yeah. And I think too, with the 10-day players too, it kind of added a jolt of energy to this team because like
Yep.
we've been saying, turn the team over, man, get some players in here. And this is just a small sample of that with them getting
Yep.
new players in and it's giving them a jolt of energy, man. Because after a while, the same message with the same players gets a little stale. And as
Stale.
Mavs
Yep.
fans, you've been watching that, you can't sit there and say to yourself that this isn't stale to watch. You know, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I like the team, but it is what it is. But then when
Hmm.
you get these other players in here that bring a sense of energy, a sense of urgency. Of course, they're bringing that urgency because they're trying to get a contract. But
Uh-huh.
just bringing all that to this team right now, it gave them a jolt. And with the whole like the Isaiah Thomas thing, you know, that's a prime example. How many of y'all loved watching the game when Isaiah Thomas was playing?
Hmm.
And that's the whole part of hey, just get some new players in here, man. Get a new identity on this team, man, and see where it goes with it. All
I
right,
was
man.
disliking before we get to the next one. I was disliking watching this team for a
Yeah,
second. Like I was really dreading watching this team, and
yeah,
now I'm watching this team and I'm enjoying it again, win or
yeah.
loss. I'm
Exactly.
enjoying them.
All right, man. Johnny Bravo said, "What do y'all think about the
Nice
Pence and
name.
Chris Paul getting it?" Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, we talked about that. I liked it. Um, I don't know who Pence. I'm not tripping on. Like they didn't sign him back. I wasn't tripping on him. But Chris, I like Chris.
Yeah.
He's a different dimension from the White Powell. So you sign him back and bring him back, man. I'm cool with that, man. I definitely would take him over the White Powell. Anybody who can help contribute in different ways from the White Powell is a plus for me, man. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. Pinson is cool. He's not doing anything spectacular. He's just another guy, another body out there. He does
Yeah,
a good thing every now and then. He doesn't really do a lot of. He doesn't do a bunch of bad things. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
always like guys that don't do a bunch of like negative things to hurt your team and all. So he deserves another 10-day for that one. Chris, Chris right now should be our starting center. The way it looks. So
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. He's the best center on the team as of right now. That's not saying that I've given up on Moses Brown, but I'm just saying as of right this second, Chris has played with that Golden State team in the past and all that hasn't wanted to play that way, which is really why he hasn't got the minutes that he got. They got guys like Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney's a good center. He just doesn't get the recognition because the system doesn't really dictate him getting points.
Right.
So I was happy both of these guys got another contract. They deserved it. They needed it. The Mavericks needed these guys to be on another 10-day contract. Sucks Isaiah Thomas, just got one game, and then we got to see what Mark Cuban's going to do about that one.
All right, man. Next one here is I think Keith is doing a great job. His schemes are
Mm-hmm.
actually good. The personnel have to execute. That's 100.
Yeah,
That's something I agree with, man.
yeah,
We've talked about it before. Jason Kidd. We talked about how he's getting these guys. Cause what we say early in the season, they were leading the league in wide open shots. Dudes just
yep.
weren't hitting their shots. And
Mm-hmm.
so, like I said, yeah, his scheme is working. You have to execute. That's going to be on the players. I can get you open. You got to hit the shot.
I 100% agree. I want y'all also watch out for these other channels, bashing J Kid. It's a
Oh
personal
yeah,
attack. It's a lot of places that don't even watch the Dallas Mavericks, haven't seen what the players have said about him, haven't seen that Jalen Brunson has said right now the development to him has happened because of J Kid this year. He just said that on the TV today when he talked at post game with what is it with Harper or whatever.
yeah,
And like don't believe there's a personal attack on J Kidd. J Kidd is coaching his butt off this year for this team, doing what he can with this team, with the players he has
yeah. What
available.
he got?
Like,
Yeah,
yep, I have no problem with J Kidd. I'm not calling for J Kidd at all yet. I think for this team to be in this position, he's awesome. Like this is we're one game under 500. This is incredible, J Kidd, and like I have no problem. I think they have to, like you said, the personnel have to execute. We got to get maybe better players to execute his schemes. But I'm all for it. This defense is incredible. We have I've said it again. I think the best defense I've seen in probably the last decade of the Mavericks. We have this year. We again held the team under 100 points. Like this is becoming a routine thing that the Mavericks is doing now. So I I'm all for it, JK. Thank you. I appreciate you. That was a good question, Johnny Bravo, and a good name too. Well, a good
yes, sir.
comment, I should say.
All right, you got a next one from. He said, "Y'all got to admit the team plays better without Luca. When Luca's not playing, everybody's numbers are better. The ball moves more. Players are more involved, and not just watching him dribble." My opinion on that is like I think I said it here in this video. The players are doing that because they have to do it now.
Yeah.
Because last year in the playoff was a prime example. If Luka
Hmm.
doesn't do what he does, then the players don't step up. It's like
Yeah.
now when you're put in a position where you have to, then yeah, you're playing a little bit better. And it's not like they've been playing like this the whole time Luka's been out. It's a gradual thing, which is showing you that
Hmm.
okay, they're learning and they're adapting and they're starting to play with one another, knowing that look, we don't have somebody like Luke on their team, so we have to count on everybody to do their
Yeah.
job, which is what they're doing. Which is why it looks like everybody's stepping up and the team is playing better without Luca. It is only because you have to do that because Luca's not there. But what do you think?
I I'll say what I said a little bit earlier as well. The team isn't better without Luca. They're obviously looking better right now because you're missing 25 points a game. So you have to
Yeah,
somehow get 25 points between the rest of the team. The ball does move a little better, I guess, if you want to call it, between the players because they're not as good of creating shots, so they have to
there you
keep
go.
going around and passing the ball because they can't create their own shot as well.
Exactly.
Um, but I'll say it like this: we take this same team right here and you drop them in the last year and you play the Clippers in a 7 game series. This
Oh
team may
my
not win
God.
one. This team may not win one game.
It's
Let's
a
let's be
blowout and
real.
it's sweet.
Let's be real. It may not look the best, and it may not look the best for the other players on the team because they're not as skillful as Luca. The issue is those guys got to come up to Luca's level
not Luka coming down to them. And so it looks bad because Luka can go out there and almost do enough on the court to win you a basketball game by yourself. So it's about just them other pieces doing their roles and having that one guy beside him that can be, his sidekick, his go-to guy. That's what we expect KP to be. Right
Yeah,
now, they're just playing above what they're supposed to do right now, which is awesome. But I'm not picking this team to beat the Clippers. I'm not big. I'm not picking this team right now to beat the Lakers in a 7-game series without Luka Doncic. Like, I'm gonna be for real. I would not do that. I don't think they think this team is good enough to do that. The actual players on this team, they may think they're, better than what people think. But they aren't that good. They know who they're missing, man. Like this, it's a difference when you're watching Luka Doncic go out there and throw a quick 30 up in the first half with ease. That's
exactly.
amazing.
All right, so y'all, Johnny also said y'all got to admit the team plays better without. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong one. I think Luca being gone this stretch was the best thing for the team. We've actually got to see what the players can actually do, watching the team come together as a unit. Like, yeah, we just addressed that.
True.
Yeah, it puts you in a position that you're not used to. So now you have to change, you have to adapt,
Hmm.
you have to step your game up a little bit because you don't have that one person to depend on. Like when you
Yep.
had that one guy, all I gotta do is just shoot. Now you gotta shoot and create and put the ball on the floor when you don't have
Hmm.
Luca there. Not saying you gotta do it at an elite level, but you gotta do it at somewhat of a competent level to where just enough to serve to hold fort until he gets back. You know what I'm saying? And so you're right. Did right here does help the team out to put them in a better position because now Luca should be sitting at home saying to himself, like, okay, now I don't have to go out here and do everything. I see these guys can also hold their own without me having to go out there and spoon feed everybody. You
I,
know,
I'll
so
give a. I'm gonna give another example for you for that one. At the beginning of the year, the Philadelphia 76ers looked good. And Ben Simmons wasn't playing, and everybody was saying, you know what? They look like a better team without Ben Simmons. That's a
right.
lie. They're not a better. You're not going to go drop off and take away a all NBA guy, all star, perennial all star, and say your team's going to get better. No, I mean people just step up at times when they get more opportunity.
There you
But
go.
there's a reason Ben Simmons is Ben Simmons because he's better than a bunch of those other guys on the team, and they all know it. There's a reason Luka Doncic is Luka Doncic because he's better than everybody on this team. So this is good to see these guys step up in this time. But if you if anybody is not waiting for Luka Doncic to come back to this team, then you're not expecting much from this team at all. You can't expect anything without Luka Doncic on this team.
Yes, sir. Let's run through these other ones real quick, man. We almost to an
Yep.
hour.
Go ahead.
He said try to trade Porzingis for Simmons. Listen, right now, right now, not right now, but right now, I would do
I don't
that.
think they, I don't think they're gonna have to though. But yes, I would trade Kristaps Porzingis for Ben Simmons, but I think they're going to be able to keep him as well. That's my pick.
If y'all want Porzingis to get traded, you better hope he stays the way he's doing right now. Keep putting up these little 24-point games or 23 or whatever he's doing. Stay right there. The little nice little rebounds he's getting, keep all that. He'd be easier to move. The COVID guy spreaded us with JB. They knew we'd
Uh,
be terrible without him. Yes, like I think we talked about it too in the previous video, man. When you said why, starting, I forgot. I forgot who you said starting. I was like, well, you got to start JB because that's all we have. You know what I'm saying? Like,
uh-huh.
who else on this team is going to do what JB is doing?
Nobody.
I mean, nobody.
Nobody.
And I,
If you take Kristaps, I'm sorry, if you take Kristaps off the team and he misses games, I still think JB got a chance to win games against some of these bad teams
hey, we
without
won
KP.
against teams without Kristoff. Remember, we had without Kristoff and Luke was in the game. So yeah,
Without KP, I mean, without JB and just KP, hell no,
oh yeah,
absolutely not.
oh yeah. And he said, I give up anybody not named Luca for Sim. Oh yeah, listen, I'm to the point. Whole team except for Luca. I'm kind of on the fence. Whole team except for Jalen, but I really feel like we can get what we want with if we had to throw Jalen into a trade like Jalen or like Dodo or somebody like that in a trade to get whoever we want, man. And he said one more here. He said, "Yeah, I still want to see Luca and Chris in a pick and roll. Yeah, that'd be
It's
nice.
it's it's gonna happen. You about to see it soon. He got that new 10-day contract. Look who's gonna be here soon.
Yeah, I think Luca will be back next week, man, for sure. Wednesday for Dirk's
Yeah,
jersey retirement. So yeah, hopefully we'll see him there, man, and he'll be ready to go then. All right, man. I think that's
you
gonna
think?
do it for us, King. Man, we had a long one tonight, man.
Yes, sir.
Want to thank everybody for rocking with us on this. I was gonna say Christmas Eve. on this New
New
Year's
Year's.
Eve. We're ready to go into the new year. I'd like to wish everybody a happy New Year, by the way. For you and yours, y'all
Happy
stay
New
safe
Year.
out there. With that being said, guys, why don't y'all do us a huge, huge favor and go ahead and hit that like button for the video if you enjoyed the content. There will be more Mavs content. The Mavs play on Sunday against the Oklahoma City Thunder, so
Oklahoma
we'll try to
City.
get a video in Sunday for you guys. They play. What time they play that day? That early game.
Not
Can't
clear.
remember.
Let me see. I'll keep talking and I'll find out for you.
But yeah, so yeah,
Uh,
we will have a video Sunday after that game, so you guys look forward to that.
they play
If
6 y'all time.
oh, okay, so if you guys also are new to the channel, guys, do us a huge favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are trying to make it to at least our first 500 subscribers, guys. That's going to be our goal here for 2022. It'd be nice to make it to our first 1,000, but our first goal is our first 500, man. We would definitely appreciate if you guys can help us get to that because without you, we can't get there. Um, for our fellow Mavs fans, I know y'all guys love the Mavs as much as we do. Which y'all go ahead and join us on our journey as we talk to you guys about everything dealing with the Mavericks. We're just fans, just like you guys, giving our opinions on the team. And I know a lot of you guys have opinions too of this team. So go ahead and join us, guys. Go ahead and hit your comments, everything, man. Let's have a dialogue about this team. You know what I'm saying? Either if it's negative or positive. I know a lot of people got like negative things to say about the team, which is understandable. And I know a lot of people got a lot of positives. So let's go ahead and join together and have a dialogue about this team.
Yeah.
Um, as y'all guys can look up here, I see our socials. Won't y'all go ahead and follow those too? We do have a new channel coming up here next month in the next couple of weeks or so. It's already set up. We're gonna get ready to start shooting some videos here pretty soon. So you guys look for that. If you're a huge sneakerhead, we're definitely gonna drop the Glow Sneak channel here, guys, here pretty soon. We'll let you know when the first video is up. Because I don't know if you can find it right now to follow. I think we got to kind of get a little bit more established, but hopefully you guys can find that here on YouTube and go ahead and follow that channel if you're into sneakers. Me, King, and Daryl will be dropping some sneaker combos on that channel here pretty soon. If you guys are into football, we got Jay and Will. Those guys drop videos weekly. I think 2 times a week, if I'm not mistaken. They will have one here, I believe, tomorrow, or they will have it one Sunday evening, addressing some of the games coming up here in the following coming up week. Let's see. Anything else, King, that I missed, man? I feel like there's a lot that I had to say.
Uh, nah, man, we just ready for the new year. Time
Yes, sir.
everybody come talk these comments. Even if you hate everything we said, if y'all believe that everything we say is a bunch of crap, a bunch of BS, and we don't know what we talking about, let us know in the comments. I'll be glad to, address your comment, talk to you, and let you know if your idea may be better than mine. I love that. No problem.
Already. Happy
Appreciate
New
you,
Year to you
Bravo.
too, Johnny, man.
Number
We
love.
appreciate
Happy New
that,
Year.
man. Yes, sir. We definitely
Yes, sir.
appreciate that, man. We do appreciate the people who follow our channel, who interact with our channel and stuff, man. We really do appreciate that. Like I said, without y'all, we wouldn't be at where we at right now. A lot of changes coming up here in the 2022, man. We're definitely working hard to bring more content for you guys, different variety of things. Like I said, it could be anything from our geek channel to our For Your Ambition channel ran by Duro, from the sports channel here with Glow Sun Sports, and from our sneaker channel, Glow Sneaks, that's coming up here very soon. So, like I said, guys, we're definitely working hard trying to bring different content for you guys, man. We just hope that you guys can help support us and tell your friends, tell your family, man, so we can get more subscriptions, man, to help us get to where we're trying to go. Like I said, our goal for next year is to try to make it to our first 500 subscribers. That's our
500.
goal. So help us get there.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna probably do it for us, y'all.
I'm gonna
With
get a
that being,
better background for you guys next year too. Last
yeah, I'm like I said, my little studio I'm working on right here, man. It's gonna be a little bit different, coming up here in the next year, man. So y'all look forward to that too. I got a lot I got to do in here still. Still kind of decorating, getting some things fixed up. My fiance is helping me with all that, so it'll be a little bit better background for me too. 'Cause I know a lot of the people are used to me having my green screen and all that stuff. That's I'm trying to have a more livelier background, so I'm working on that. But with that being said, guys, it is your boy Rail, and I got my boy King, and we will catch you guys here on Sunday when the Mavs play the Oklahoma City Thunder. So happy New Year to you and yours, and we will see you again here soon.
Yes. Peace.